listening to Ambitious AF, a podcast that will help you level up, find positivity, and put yourself on top right now and every day for the rest of your life. I'm your host, Caroline Lewis, and each week I will bring you a guest or thought that will motivate you to get out of bed every morning with the willingness to succeed. Being ambitious means you are proud of who you are and everything you've accomplished. Only you can make that happen, though. But with the help of this podcast, you will rise to the top. You will find success. You will believe in yourself and manifest happiness. And most importantly, you will become ambitious AF. I know you are eager to begin, so let's get started.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Ambitious AF. I am so excited to do a solo episode for you all today because I have some nuggets that I want to drop. So we are just going to dive straight into it. No extra intros or anything like that. And today I want to talk about not doing it. Not doing it. Not doing it. Which I know may seem a little strange coming from me because I'm very determined and ambitious and I want to do it all, juggle it all. But very recently, mainly because I've came to Utah, I've realized I've had this like epiphany moment. And I told myself, Caroline, you don't have to do it all anymore. Like you don't have to, right? And that's what I want to dive in today. And that is not doing it all, right? Or not doing it. Just don't do it. And the whole point of that is to avoid burnout, create less stress, as well as create that sensation of not feeling like you have to accomplish everything, finish everything, and do all of the tasks day to day, day in and day out that you feel like you have to do and that you pressure yourself to do. So side tidbit, I have brought out my old microphone, which has been boxed away for many, many months. So I would love for you all to let me know if you've noticed a sound difference, if you like it, if you don't like it. I record on GarageBand, so I am able to adjust my sound, but feedback comes from you all because you all are the ones listening to it on your devices. So please let me know if you like this mic. And if not, I will get a new one or ditch it completely. But anyways, back to not doing it. I want you, today's Friday, happy Friday, when I'm recording this, right? Normally I record episodes on Wednesday, but that goes back to my not doing it, right? I want you all to not make plans, to not make to-do lists, to not make this needs to be done today. And here's the story behind that. So before coming out to Utah and before feeling like I've gotten full control with how the business is running, the people hired. Now, don't get me wrong, it's still crazy because I'm still hiring because we're still growing so much. So it is always a constant hiring state, which is always just crazy. Like hiring people, please, if you have like a simple solution to hiring people, please let me know in the comments below because I feel like hiring people is so hard. But I need it because we're growing so quickly, which is exciting. My business is growing so quickly. But before coming out to Utah, and I know my boyfriend can attest to this, I was very like Monday through Thursday because I haven't worked Fridays. Well, if I do work Fridays, it's very like content creation, catch up on my business things. I try not to touch client work on Fridays that much unless it's like an urgency or something that needs to be done really quickly. But for the most part, like Friday, Saturday, Sundays, I have very quickly and early on in my creating this business journey, I realized that I don't want to have to work Fridays because I want to travel, go hiking, and then have a nice long 3-day weekend. That is a pleasure of owning your own business, right? So Monday through Thursdays, before moving to Utah, I would have a to-do list. Now, everyone, I wish I could show you, but this is an episode, so I can't. But I would have a to-do list, 7 a.m. to 6 p.m., and every hour, 7 to 8, 8 to 9, 9 to 10, 10 to 11, 11 to 12, 12 to 1, 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4, 4 to 5, 5 to 6. And then 6, I would say, done work dinner. I would have calls and or work needed to be done for clients, for my business, just things to be done from 7 to 6, Monday through Thursday. And I would beat myself up. I would get like almost OCD with these lists, or obsessive. Not really OCD. I guess it's more like obsessive disorder, or whatever that, obsessive compulsive disorder. Yes, that's OCD. But I was becoming obsessed with checking off my to-do list, because I thought, like, you know, that's the only way to keep myself on top of the game and to make sure that clients are happy, the business is happy, and all those kind of things. Monday through Thursday, right? 6 o'clock was done. And sometimes I wouldn't even finish at 6 o'clock. Now, I got into this routine of Monday through Thursday, 7 to 6, and my body eventually got comfortable with it. But I essentially took off business and life. I took off business to enjoy life the whole month of June and July, right? I only got like one new client between those two time frames. And I just really told like my crew, I'm going to focus on my current clients, but I don't want this move to be stressful. I don't want packing to be stressful. Like, I just want it to be easy peasy lemon squeezy, right? So June and July didn't work as much. And then we come out here to Utah, and when I finally had my first week here, that Monday, I almost got back into that routine. And I started writing down 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then I kind of looked at myself in a way, like not physically, right? But I was just kind of like, had this, wait a minute, what am I doing? Like, why do I have to do all of these tasks on my list? Are these urgent tasks? Are these life and death tasks? If I don't do everything on this list, is my business going to go up in flames? Right? No, it's not. And I crumpled up that paper and I wrote a list of things to do eventually, right? Things that I needed to get done this week in total, not things that I needed to get done right today, Monday from 7 to 6. And as I was creating this new mentality and reality for myself, I got on a call, which it's funny how the universe works like this. I got on a call with my mentor, one of my mentors, because I actually have 3 right now. And that's, you know, definitely one of the reasons why my business is doing so good, but that's another topic. So I get on a call with my mentor, and he is a multi-7-figure agency owner, which means he makes multi-millions, and he helps he helps agencies, which is what I am, create 7 figures, right? Which has always been my goal, like by the end of this year, right? So I got signed up with him, and immediately he, you know, like most programs and stuff, there's different login, access to different trainings and modules and portals, and then you have all of these live calls and calls with him himself, and then calls with everyone else on the team. So like tons of support, right? And here I am, I'm thinking like, oh my gosh, there's so much training. Like, how am I ever going to get through this stuff? And just last week, so I've been in Utah for 3 weeks. I have not opened the trainings at all. Now, I spent $16,000 on this program, well worth the income. Well worth the spend, which if you want to know who they are, just let me know. It's an amazing company. So the 16,000, sorry, did I say 1,600? I meant 16,000. So I spent 16,000 on this program. So I was expecting a lot for that type of high ticket anyways. And they've been giving me like that money back and beyond. So it was amazing, great return on investment for sure, because I'm able to get clients from it already. And anyways, that's rambling. But I get on a call with Joel, who's the owner of the company, and he was like, hey guys, like it's Thursday and I just have to, you know, get something off my chest. And that is that, like, I don't really want to be on this call today. Right? And everyone's like, oh my God, give me my money back. No, not really. But he was like, yeah, you know, my energy's not really feeling it. And I kind of have been looking like week to week, and I'm realizing that like I'm doing way too much. And that's the point of this call today. I did hop on, I didn't cancel it, but I want to remind you that you don't have to do everything, right? You don't have to show up to all of these calls. You don't have to go through the trainings and everything. And here I am thinking, I was just thinking this, Joel, like you're literally reading my mind, which is really just power of the universe and the energy, right? So I hop on with him and I was like, Joel, dude, I literally was thinking the same thing. Like, I have not been on these calls. I haven't even touched the training and the portals and the login that you all have sent me. I have not even touched any of that material, and I've been with you all for like 3 or 4 weeks, so a month. And he's kind of like chuckling, and I was like, I realized the other day that when you get signed up for things or day-to-day tasks, us just being entrepreneurs or just humans in general, we want to do so much. I don't know how the hell I did it before moving to Utah, but since coming to Utah, and this is my story that I'm telling him, but I also want to tell you all too, but I was telling him, like, since coming to Utah, I've realized that I don't want to be working in my business. I want to be working for it, right? Not in it, for it, which means I really do want to be able to set my time, which means if I'm starting to get a headache or something like that from being on the computer, I don't want to have to push through it anymore. And he was like, yeah, I totally agree with you. And I feel like half the people on this call are struggling to grow their business because they feel like they're so pressured to do everything, right? And here is my advice for you all. And I know I talked about some of these things earlier on in the episode, but I'm almost like changing my mind on what I told you, which is okay, right? Because I told you, create routines, wake up early in the morning, right? Do the gratitude, do the breath work, do the journaling. But then, when you think about it, and I'm listening to all these other people talk, they're putting so much pressure on themselves to be this like perfect entrepreneur, perfect business owner, perfect human. I have to wake up at 5 a.m. I have to journal. I have to meditate for 30 minutes. I have to do breath work. I have to go to the gym. I have to start work. And that was like the normal routine. And Joel and I, because Joel was agreeing with me on this, we're here to tell you, and I'm here to tell you today, F that. Screw that. Y'all don't have to put pressure on creating a routine that everyone else tells you to create, right? Especially, if you think about it, if you have life coaches and you have even business coaches, even me, you can be like, yo, dude, you're totally going back on your word. And yes, I am, because you shouldn't be putting pressure to create these routines and do all of these things. You should only be doing these if it aligns with your energy, right? If you like meditating in the morning first thing, then keep doing it. If it feels like a freaking rock is sitting on your chest and you are like dreading waking up at 5 and doing a meditation, don't freaking do it. Don't do it. Don't freaking do it. I don't care what everyone else says, because you're not doing that out of alignment with what you want to do, right? Same thing with exercising, okay? Now, if you're overweight and unhealthy and you're trying to get in shape, then yeah, exercise. But don't put the pressure on yourself to exercise for hours every single day of the week. If you wake up, my friends, and you're like, I'm beat to crap. I'm trying not to swear, but I really want to. But I'm beat to crap. I don't want to exercise today. Don't freaking do it. Don't do it. Do not put that pressure on yourself, because let me tell you this also, friends, life is going to put so much more pressure on yourself than you doing it to yourself as well. So you don't need double the pressure, right? Leave the pressure for what life is giving you. Don't create pressure for yourself. Okay? Leave the pressure for what life is giving you. Don't put pressure on yourself. So if you like to do and create to-do lists and check them off, as long as it's not turning you into an obsessive person, then stick with it, right? If you like the to-do lists and they're not like crazy like mine were and they're healthy for you, then do it. But if you wake up every day and you're obsessed over your freaking checklist and you get really pissed off, or you stay up really late because you're not finishing everything on that freaking checklist, then don't do them anymore, because it's not healthy for you. Only do things that align with your energy, which means only do things that you actually want to do. Don't put the pressure on yourself to do those things. Because I promise you this, friends, if you start living life like this, then you will instantly create less stress, less headaches, less neck tension. I know you all are nodding your heads like, yes, I've had this before. Less headaches, less neck tensions, less digestive issues, right? Less back pains, less pains in general. You will have a more beautiful, comfortable life if you do things that align to your energy, not doing things that pressure your energy. And this goes to like work too, like 9 to 5 job if you are employed. Now, I'm talking more out of an entrepreneurial mindset, right? But if you are 9 to 5 and you're just getting a crap ton of pressure from your boss and your peers, you are not going to perform well, which means you're going to continue getting stressed out and freaked out because you're going to keep sucking at your job. Like, that's the hard truth. I mean, think about it. Lawyers, especially who get burnt out, I mean, that's a really, really hard industry to be in. And when they get burnt out, some people do well under pressure, but I guarantee you, they don't have a good relationship. They don't have the income they want. They don't have the lifestyle they want. Yeah, they're really good at their job. Sure, maybe they do have the income, and that's the only thing, right? But they get so burnt out, and I hear over and over and over and over again these young individuals leaving the lawyer field because they just can't take it anymore. And then they're like, I don't even know what to do, right? They're just so confused because it's just been years of constant pressure to their energy. Your body cannot handle that. You're going to die. I mean, quite frankly, eventually you're going to have a heart attack and you're going to die because your blood pressure and your oxygen levels and everything like that, your health is going to take a massive toll and you will not live a long life, right? I don't think I've ever met someone who's lived like well over 100 who said that they were stressed out 24/7 because your body can't handle stress that long, right? So I want you to not do anything. I want you to not do your to-do list. I want you to not get obsessive over your vision. I want you to not get obsessive over your vision board or your dream board or making the income, getting the clients, getting the promotion. I want you to only continue these things if it aligns with your energy. As long as it's not putting pressure to your energy, sure, go for it, keep doing it. But if you need a break, if you want to crumple that to-do list and flush it down the toilet, I give you all permission to do this. If you want to take Friday, Saturday, Sunday off, no work, no computer, no client calls, no work, like nothing, please, I give you permission to do it. If you want to sit on your ass all day and just watch the Olympics, I give you permission to do it because that is telling me if your body is yearning these things, that's telling me that you're pressuring your energy. And we cannot keep pressuring our energy. We have to do things that align with it. And we have to savor our energy and do things that make us happy. And I know I repeat this all the time, but it's crazy how quickly you can fall through the cracks like I did, right? And even moving to Utah, this has been like a dream of mine for so long. And getting here, I wanted to get back into the instant I need to work mode. And I started getting headaches. My body started hurting. My neck started hurting. All of these things, right? And I was like, no, I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this again. I'm not going into this repeated pattern of pressure, right? Because nothing is life and death, okay? And if you are signing clients and you are telling them, like, I'm going to do this right now in 1 hour, 30 minutes, I'm going to do this, and you're pressuring yourself all the time, you're doing that to yourself, right? You cannot make any excuse in the world other than blaming yourself because you are the reason that, you're doing that, right? And you're putting that pressure on yourself. So I want you to just remember that not a lot of things are life and death. Some things are like true life and death, but like true life and death is like emergencies. And running your business and doing client work and fulfillment and keeping up with your employees, none of that is life and death because you will soon plateau in your business if you keep this up Because if you go back to all of my old episodes, like attracts like, which means burnout attracts burnout. Stress attracts stress. Overworking attracts overworking. And when you see this and feel this and have this constantly in your life, you're not going to get results, because results come from alignment, proper way of spending your energy, happiness, gratitude, doing the things that need to be done, not doing the things that don't need to be done, but you feel pressured to do them. So here's another 20-minute episode. And the moral of this one, and I hope you all can really, really relate to this, but especially if you are a business owner, the moral of this one is do not do your to-do list, okay? And I'm going to title it this, and I just decided that because right now it's Untitled 1. So the title of this is Do Not Do Your To-Do List. And I really, really want you all to let that set in, okay? All right, that is it for now. That was probably a little bit deeper of an episode, which I'm totally fine with, right? And each week I'm going to keep bringing you more and more episodes. And let's see, next week we do have an interview. So I have been cutting my interviews back a little bit. And right now, I think I'll only do an interview a month, because I have neglected some of the solo episodes and I want to ramp those back up. So expect an interview next week, which will be with Lauren. So I'm super excited because she's like my new best friend. I love her so much. And so hers will go out next week, next Friday. And then I will have another interview for you all in September. But all of the other episodes will be from my lovely voice. So I hope you like it. And as always, please leave the podcast and or this episode, or both. I mean, if you want to be like a superstar, you can leave both a rating and a review. It means the world to me, and it helps me spread and grow this episode. I don't pay for ads. I don't put any money into this episode. All of my 2,000 plus of you subscribers are just totally organic. All of you are coming because I'm assuming you like what I'm saying. And so please leave me a review though, and rate this episode, because that does tell me that you like the material I'm sharing with you all. Because I won't know these things unless you leave those ratings. So they are very, very, very important in the podcasting world. So I normally don't ask for testimonials or reviews or anything, but with the podcast, it would mean so, so much for me. I would be so truly grateful. And I do giveaways every once in a while. So the more ratings and reviews that I can receive, there is a chance that you will win a prize. I don't know what those prizes are because they come and go, but please leave this episode, this podcast, Ambitious AF with Caroline Lewis, a rating on Apple, only on Apple, because you can't leave ratings anywhere else. So give it whatever stars you want, and then leave a little review so I know if you like what I'm saying. And thank you so much for following, as always. Have an amazing weekend. Remember to not do your to-do list, and I will talk to you all next week. All right, see ya.
Thanks for listening to this episode. If you got some value or just feel fired up, I would love for you to take a screenshot and tag me in your Instagram stories. It's always so motivating to see you getting the inspiration you needed to level up for my podcast. I'm going to keep showing up and bringing my best self to these episodes, and I encourage you to do the same. If you think a friend or family member would enjoy this episode, I would love for you to share the ambition. I can't wait to chat next week, but until then, keep being ambitious AF.